Hi guys, Josh here, aka BeatEmUps. Today I'm doing the Booktube History TAG. Hope you enjoy. So guys, as the name gives away, the Booktube History TAG is all about your history with Booktube, how you got into it, how you first started watching it. I will link all the details of the tag creator down below in the original video, so please check it out and let them know I sent you. Jumping straight into it, question number 1. When did you discover Booktube and how? So I discovered Booktube probably roughly about 2 years ago. So I went through a bit of a reading slump in my teen years and my early 20s. I wasn't too heavy of a reader at that point. But I had a bit of time on my own, a bit of free time, and I started reading the Harry Potter series again, which really sparked my love for books. But from where I hadn't read sort of religiously for a long time, I hadn't read a lot of books for quite a while. I wasn't really sure where to start, so I got back on Booktube, had a quick look at just sort of videos and suggestions for what to read really. Question number 2, what are some of the first videos that you remember watching? So as I mentioned, from not reading for a while, I wasn't really sure what to read, so I watched a lot of recommendation videos at first, especially sci-fi and fantasy-based books, just from what I'd missed so much. Question number 3, who are the first people that you subscribed to? So not really knowing Booktube too well at the time, I mainly stuck to the bigger channels, because as soon as you search recommendations, they tend to be the ones that come up at the top. I think the first channel that I subscribed to and watched quite often was BookswithEmilyFox. I think she did quite a few sci-fi and fantasy recommendations, and I think thriller recommendation videos at the time as well, so that would be the main one. Question number 4, are there any booktubers that you used to watch but you don't watch anymore? So I don't really, so as I mentioned, BookswithEmilyFox was the channel that kind of started me watching Booktube. I don't really watch her content anymore. Absolutely nothing against it in any which way. I've just found other creators that have a similar taste to my own. And being a small content creator myself, I watch a lot of other small content creators. Again, it's nothing against the bigger channels and the people that have, you know, the most views and subscribers. It's absolutely nothing to do with that. It's just, 1, to help support fellow small content creators, and 2, it's just people that have a similar taste to my own. Question number 5, is this your first YouTube channel? If not, what was? So for me, this is my first ever YouTube channel. It took me about 6 months to persuade myself to do this one anyway, so doing more than one channel just sounds like way too much work. It takes quite a lot of time to film, to edit, to get, you know, everything ready to go, just to read. It takes a lot of time to read books, so to have more than one channel would just be a nightmare. So this is the only one. It's the only one I mean, at the minute, it's the only one that I ever plan on having, unless I decide to branch out on something else in the future, but it's the only one. Question number 6, who's the last booktuber that you subscribed to? If I remember rightly, it was Courtney over at CourtTheReader. I will leave a link for her channel below. Make sure you check her out. It's just some great content, and let her know I sent you. Question number 7, what's the last booktube video that you watched? So, having a quick look at my history, this was an Owl Crate unboxing by my friend Preston over at the Ball City Reader. Again, I will leave his details below. Make sure you check him out. He does some great content, especially with books that are probably less known and are less mainstream, slightly indie, I suppose is the way to word it, but he does great work. Final question, question number 8, what non-bookish content do you watch? So I'm also quite a big gamer, so I watch a couple of other gaming channels, mainly MetalJesusRocks and Wood over at BeatEmUps. They're probably the only ones I really watch. From where I watch so many booktube videos, I don't really have a lot of spare time to watch anything else anyway, so I do a couple of gaming channels, but other than that, it's all book related. Guys, that's it for the questions. I really hope you've enjoyed this tag. I'm of course going to tag a couple of people in to do this. If you've already done it, I apologise. Feel free to ignore me. But I'm going to tag Joe at Average Joe Reads. I'm going to tag Rachael Marie at Rachael Marie. And I'm going to tag Tabby over at Keeping Tabs. I hope you enjoy. Jumping straight into the questions. Question number 1. How long ago did you... When did you discover BookTube and how?